Perhaps we should call it stop and frisk on a bike. That's the gist of a practice by Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies to stop cyclists for infractions, or for no apparent reason at all, in order to search and question them. A Times investigation by reporters Alene Tchekmedyian, Poston and Julia Barajas studied more than 44,000 bike stops by deputies since 2017 and found that Latino cyclists were more likely than others to be stopped. And when stopped, they were more likely than others to be searched, yet less likely than others searched to have contraband. In fact, drugs, weapons and illegal items were found on all searched cyclists less than 8% of the time, the Times analysis showed. Those numbers raise the suspicion, to put it mildly, that the Sheriff's Department is engaging in impermissible racial profiling and using bike stops as an overbearing and ineffective investigative tool to seek out serious criminals. Or perhaps as a very effective tool to harass and humiliate Latinos and other residents of lower-income areas as deputies stop, search and hold them in patrol cars while scanning their records for possible warrants or parole violations. The bike stops are reminiscent of a Sheriff's Department program to pull over drivers on Interstate 5 in order to search their vehicles for drugs. A 2018 Times investigation found that the Sheriff's Domestic Highway Enforcement Team disproportionately pulled over Latino drivers, though they were less likely to have contraband than other drivers who were stopped. Internal department investigations and a critical report by the Inspector General followed, and the program was briefly suspended. But amid the improper profiling, the Interstate 5 team at least had some success along the way, recovering more than a ton of methamphetamine, 2 tons of marijuana and 600 pounds of cocaine. The bike stop program boasts none of those yields. Bike stops likewise bring to mind the stop-and-frisk-in-a-car campaign formerly operated in South L.A. by the Los Angeles Police Department's Metropolitan Division. A pair of 2019 Times investigations found that officers pulled over and searched black drivers at a rate far out of proportion to their population, and that black and Latino drivers were searched more often than white drivers during vehicle stops, even though white drivers were found to be harrying.